Welcome, everybody. This is Friday Connect. We're here every single week, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much for joining me. I co-host this event with Jacob Sharman and Kyle Sutton. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about kvCORE, mastering kvCORE and systems for real estate success. And before I get started, I wanted to just let you know that we're also on YouTube. You can find us if you visit fridayconnect.net. I'm going to leave it in the comment section as well. You can connect with us there, join our Facebook group. This is where we put our training every single week, what training we're doing, what topic. And if there's anything that you're struggling with and you want to connect with us there so that we can cover it, we can bring guests on and do topics on, this is where you want to interact with us on our Facebook group. So make sure you check out that link on our website, fridayconnect.net. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is share my screen and really dive into this topic today. And I want to use kvCORE, the CRM, as an example, but really any CRM would really do in looking at this and why this is so successful for your business and how to really leverage this to grow your business. Let's do this. And I just want to make sure if anybody else is coming into the call. And if you have any questions at all, make sure you leave it to the very end and I'll make sure to cover them in our Q&A section. So let's get started. Mastering kvCORE and systems for real estate success. Before we dive into our agenda and what you're going to be learning about today, I wanted to just give you a little quick introduction about who I am and who you're going to be learning this from, and to give you a bit of context. My name is Tharmila Rajasingam. I'm also a real estate agent and a global team leader with eXp Realty Brokerage. I'm also a real estate marketer. I've been previously, before becoming a real estate agent, I worked in marketing for over a decade. Primarily started working in not-for-profit government events, and now more recently I co-founded a marketing agency with one of my business partners who also is a co-host of this event, Jacob Sharman, Marketing and Mindset. We're actually in the process of rebranding this company, but stay with us, and we're specifically made for real estate professionals. And we are also the co-founders of social media done-for-you content calendar, a system, a platform called kvCORE.social. I highly recommend that you visit that. It's made specifically for real estate agents. So if you struggle with social media, this is something that you want to check out. And I'm also a real estate investor. If you make content for real estate investors or you're an investor yourself, maybe check out my YouTube channel that my husband and I do. We're a real estate team, and we talk about all of our content is geared towards targeting real estate investors. So if you want some inspiration, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. You can just search me on YouTube as well. I have another account, and I'm also a kvCORE instructor. I have a whole course. I teach hundreds of agents on kvCORE and everything and anything to do with just navigating kvCORE, but also using it and leveraging it to grow your real estate business. So let's talk a little bit about this. If this is your first time hearing about kvCORE, I'll definitely dive deep into it. I'll give you a good context. Overall, I just wanted to make sure I wanted to let you know that I'm on many social media platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, multiple YouTube channels. Connect with me, and I'd love to help you grow your business. So what are you going to be learning about today? You're going to be learning about what a CRM is, why is it important, what does it mean to connect with tools and system, and what is kvCORE platform, especially for those of you that don't know or never seen it before, and what makes kvCORE smart and why you need to be using a smart tool like kvCORE in order to put proper systems in place for your business, how to effectively use a CRM like kvCORE, a smart CRM, and then 7 tips to just getting started and what you should be doing with your CRM to put systems in place to truly grow your business. Let's get started. And I'll show you some screenshots of what kvCORE looks like. Just again, like I mentioned, it's about mastering kvCORE, but it's really about understanding system and making sure you have proper pillars in your business to build a proper foundation that's going to last you and to be able to grow, but able to scale your real estate business. So a lot of time, people don't understand what CRM is and what it could do for your business. And it's not just a list of contacts. So let's talk about the importance of CRM in your business and what really is. CRM is a customer relationship management. It is the technology that's to help you manage, but also improve your business relationship. It tracks your conversations and relationship between your current and potential customers and clients, and the interaction is captured in this system. And there are 4 components usually to a CRM. Of course, there's that technical aspect, the technology, the application, but there's also that strategy, because a lot of what you do in your CRM drives from and aligns with your business objectives and your business plans. And the other is the process, just how do you do your business on a day-to-day business and day-to-day workflow. And it's gonna make a lot of sense when I go through this presentation, but that process system is captured in the CRM, but also people management or organizational. Whether you're a team leader or if you're another agent and you are sharing leads with other agents, and if you're in a place where you need to travel, or if you're in a situation where you want to hand off some of your leads to somebody else, you can manage the interaction between other agents and your leads, making sure they're actually following up. I have a 38-person agent group right now, and sometimes I have about 8 of them in the Greater Toronto area, and I am also licensed in Ontario. So sometimes if I get a lot of leads, like lease leads, because I manage multiple businesses, it's hard for me to take that on, and I give them to a lot of my newer agents, and I can manage to make sure that they're staying in contact with them, that they're following up with them, so I can transfer the lead from my CRM directly onto their kvCORE, because kvCORE CRM, the platform, is available at our brokerage for free for a lot of our agents to use. So I'm training a lot of our agents on how to leverage it, because this system could really help you build your business. So what do I mean by tools, systems? And it's really thinking about it from an integrated approach. What I love is making sure that whatever systems or tool you're using is real estate specific technology. It's connected to the MLS system. It has access to property. So if you're using a CRM that was never meant for real estate, there's also already a missing gap, right? You've already lost touch with how much you can get out of a system. Making sure that it's smart, it knows more than just the Excel. It has, and it'll make a lot of sense when I show you some samples as well in a little bit, but it has the ability to communicate for you. It has the ability, the automation tools are available. It has the ability to track a lead, the customer journey. And also your CRM must be integrated with your IDX website, and it has to be a customizable website that is to yours, has the ability for you to grow your own SEO and search. And there's multiple different ways you could do that with kvCORE. And I actually did a YouTube video on this more recently. Check that out. It's called Domains, kvCORE Domains, and different options you have available with kvCORE. And what I love is that you could track your customer journey, and you could lead capture using some of the lead generation tools available through kvCORE and using your website, which is super key. And then the AI driven tools, again, that automation, that artificial intelligence working for you. So sometimes you don't have to sit in front of the computer at all time. The system is working for you instead of you having to sit here. And it's great. And the reason why, to give you a bit of context, actually, the reason why I got so passionate about kvCORE and learned it, of course, for my passion for marketing, but more so is because I'm a mom of young children. I had multiple jobs. I had a full-time government job at the time when I got my license, and I needed a tool like this to do a lot of automation for me. And I was able to close a number of deals using this tool. And now I'm teaching agents this because of how crucial this tool is in order to save you time and money. And this really is a productivity platform. Like I mentioned, it makes you efficient, makes you work more, but with less time and less money. So and not harder, which is the key part here. And it has the ability to connect to a lot of other third-party tools, which is great. So if you are a broker, an agent coming from another brokerage using existing systems, like let's say MailChimp, you could still connect that to your emailing system and make sure that the leads are coming through to kvCORE, and you're still nurturing these lists, and you have this one core nucleus system that you're working in. And it gives you analytics. Yes, the analytics can be a lot better, but remember, if you don't measure them, you can't manage your business. So it's really important that your systems and tools that you're using has the ability to give you analytics. What is kvCORE platform? So now let's talk about it. I cannot tell you more about it because people think that it's just a CRM, and no, it's really an all-in-one tool. It's the #1 rated real estate technology platform. It's particularly made for the real estate industry. I consider it a 3-in-1 tool, but it's more like a 5-in-1 tool. It's your smart CRM. So it has all of your contacts in one place. It tracks your communication between your clients, but it's also your customizable IDX website, and it's also a lead generation machine. And it has, like I mentioned, AI-driven tools built in. You have a number of marketing tools and features that could help your marketing go on autopilot. And there's tons of add-ons that you can do to really comprehensive add-ons and tools that you can take, robust tools that could take kvCORE to the next level, and then that business analytics. So everything that you really need in order to have proper systems or tools in place for your business to thrive, kvCORE has it. And that's why I'm leveraging it more and more, and I'm teaching and I'm passionate about this, as you can see. So what makes kvCORE so smart? First of all, like I mentioned, the powerful analytics and the reporting system is fully integrated. It's a complete system. You can do a landing page and promote it on social media. You could be sleeping and somebody could be visiting your landing page, interacting with it, putting their contact information. Now they're inside your CRM. Your CRM immediately messages them and continues conversation until they reply back. If that isn't complete to you, I'm not sure what is, right? Like, that's amazing. It did all of the work for you without you being in front of the system. And then, of course, the relationship building is happening. The machine is doing that for you without you being in front of it. And the multi-channel communications between multiple platforms, you can brand it to your own brand to help you with that brand awareness. And again, that intelligent behavioral tracking, which I'm going to tracking, which I'm going to show you in a second. And you can also target ads, hyper locally, which is super powerful. Automated ad, you can automate day-to-day tasks that would take you hours to do. And the other key part, which I'm going to show you in a second, is this validation. At all times, your database is always validated with accurate information, because if you don't have a really strong, accurate database, then you're not really going to be able to grow, because your lists are going to, when you have a not very active emailing list, it also goes against spamming, and it's going to go directly into their spam box, and you're going to really lose a lot of communication. So what I love about kvCORE is once you understand the nuances and the features and how it works, you can really help it to leverage it to 10x your business. And then that builds an accountability, that people management side of things, also for accountability on your end, but also for team members as well. So how do you effectively use kvCORE on a day-to-day basis? And I think this is one of those things that people struggle with, because I think the fear of just understanding kvCORE, thinking that it's such a complex platform, the moment you log in, people think it's just so clunky. In reality, it's just your mindset, right? It's your own mindset of not allowing yourself to learn kvCORE, because kvCORE is a really simple system. Just like Facebook and anything else that you're already currently using, everything gets complicated if you want it to be, but it isn't if you know how to approach it. And remember, Facebook has a lot of features, but you don't use all of it, right? You probably add your friends, you communicate with them, you post a couple of things, maybe you attend an event. And some other people like me, I have groups on there, I run ads on there, I have so many different things that I do. I have pages on there, I run my business on there, and I also have friends that I communicate with people. I have my, daily communications and meeting with my partners on there. So it's really up to you of how deeply and how much you need this tool, how you can leverage this tool to free time in your business. And same goes with kvCORE. kvCORE is super robust. It can do a lot of things, but maybe you don't need it to use all of it. And I don't either. So I only use what I need to move my business forward, make progress, and really scale and grow and scale. So every day I go in, I look at the dashboard, I look at what activities are happening. I make sure to follow my follow-up plan. Tongue twister there. Follow my follow-up plan, which if you've ever taken my masterclass, which I highly recommend you check that out. If you go onto my website, Tharmila Rajasingam, right there at the bottom, tharmilarajasingam.ca, you'll see a little banner at the top, the yellow. Click on that. That'll take you to your free kvCORE masterclass, and you could watch and see my follow-up. My husband and I use this monthly, and we have a monthly follow-up, and we follow it daily. And I recommend, and kvCORE is the nucleus of how we follow this, and it helps us remain in contact with all of our contacts. And setting up automation ads and automating your lead follow-up and adding contacts as things are coming in. A lot of them are automated, but making sure that things are working and making sure if there's any other integrations that you need, and looking at the analytics. So this is how I use it on a day-to-day basis. So it may look like it's a lot of work, but it isn't. Ultimately, it's really the ideology about why you're leveraging a tool like kvCORE, a CRM, a system, is to build your database, to have a massive pipeline. Like Grant Cardone would say, if you don't see a lot of results, it's because you don't have a massive pipeline. Just make sure whatever you do to create a massive pipeline, and then you can nurture them for conversion. So start with, how do I create a massive massive pipeline and a database without having to sit in front of the computer, entering and reaching out to people one-on-one. So how do you do it on a large scale and automate a lot of that communication and moving towards them to the journey of conversion? And that's why this tool is so powerful. Number one thing, so this is a great time to start taking notes about steps you want to take in order to grow your business. First and foremost, if this is your first time using kvCORE or a smart tool like this, first thing you want to add your contacts. You want to grab all the contacts you existingly have. If you are already an agent coming from another brokerage, you can manually import leads. You can export them. There's different ways you can do it. I actually show people this in my course. And or have proper system built in place to add contacts. So this is not, if you're a brand new agent, you have nobody, then you might want to follow and check out some of my videos on sphere of influence and how to even leverage kvCORE to build and nurture your sphere of influence. These are people that you already know, people you might have worked with, people that are already in your life. Why go and attract all these brand new leads when you can attract and already convert people you already know? You've done the work. They probably already like you. They already probably trust you. Now you need to, and they already know you. So why not convert them and get them into your database so that you can nurture them further to make sure what their needs are. And when their needs come up and when they're ready to make a move, they think of you. And you'll be surprised, there are people that were in my database that didn't even know that I was a realtor. So it's your responsibility. And I guarantee you, all of us have friends on our Facebook that probably doesn't even know, because the algorithm doesn't even show our content to them. So there's a number of different ways you can really nurture your sphere of influence and get them, again, adding that contacts into your database and building on what you already have. And if you're a brand new agent in a brand new area with no contacts, then you're going to use some of the lead generation tools that are in kvCORE to start adding contacts to your database. Because if you don't have people to communicate with, then you can't really use the system. So you need to get people in there and start importing and have automations of process to import contacts. Some of the ways you can do that through kvCORE is we go to Smart CRM and you can manually add your contacts right here. You could also have kvCORE exported for you, and you can manually add contacts one at a time, or you can just mask import. So lots of different ways to do that. So I highly recommend you check that out. Number two is you want to validate your leads. Huge, and this is why it's so important. I love that kvCORE has the ability to do this, is to make sure your database is accurate. It has, active contacts, proper contacts. There isn't duplicate. So make sure you clean up your list, organize your list, and we'll talk about that in a little bit a second about categorizing. So you can go into marketing and lead validations and learn about the benefits and just follow through what kvCORE is doing. kvCORE already has a lot of training, but what I found that was missing was navigation was there. That's how I was able to learn it, but now taking it to the next level through a number of different campaigns, marketing ideas, the usability, the system is where I come in, and you can check out some of my trainings around that. Number three is leveraging and making sure your behavioral automations are activated. So that's one of the first steps you want to do, because remember, kvCORE is a smart tool. It's kind of like reading people's mind for you. Why not take advantage of that? Let system do the work for you. It can check to see how many times people are visiting your website, how many times someone has looked at a certain property without you having to sit in front of the computer. I think that's powerful. And it's that automatic communication. It can send information to them as people are visiting your site. And I think, and according to their statuses change, behaviors, and I don't think anything get as powerful than this. So take advantage of that. So if you go to kvCORE, and if you have kvCORE, go to marketing, and you're going to go to behavioral automation and check that out. And if you need help with any of this, check out, again, go to my website, click on training, and check out some of my trainings there. I have a tons of free training as well as paid training, and lots of different ways that you can really grow your business. I recommend you diving into that, because that's what makes kvCORE so powerful. The number four is custom notes. This is huge. This is where you want to track your communications. And a lot of people think this is just so simple aspect of kvCORE. I think this is one of the crucial part of kvCORE. How many times are you working with so many different leads at the same time, making sure that you know where you left off with certain people? If you come to each of your leads profile, you open it up, it's give you this big pop-up. And if you click on add a note here, it'll give you this pop-up right here, the one that you can see more clearly. And you can add notes in here about the type of property they're looking for, when are they ready to buy, what kind of information they gave you. If you call to follow up with them, met with them, showed them a property, anything you need in order to remember this person, you could track it there. And then you could put tasks for yourself in order to follow up with any of the notes you put it in there, and you pin it to the top. Make sure you pin this right to the top, and it'll appear right here, which is super powerful. Highly recommend using this. So no more making notes on your Post-it notes or your phone or anything like that. This is all in one place, your full business operations in one place. And that's why it's so powerful. Number 5, categorization. This is what I was talking about, making sure your database is organized. The reason is because we have different types of audiences, and there are people that are buying, there are people that are renting, there are potential sellers. They all need different ways, different informations are important to them. Someone who's buying needs completely different information than somebody that's selling. And same thing with an investor. They may be looking for completely different information. And someone who's a buyer who's buying a property for the first time might not be interested in some of the nuances and strategies that an investor looks for. So making sure your database is organized so that you're able to send the right information to the right group of people so that you can convert them better. And you can do that through hashtags, and there's a number of different ways you can actually organize them through the customer journey, statuses, different ways. But figuring out your own naming conventions, figuring out your own systems to organize it, that's categorizing and organizing your database. So some of the ways you could do that is through hashtags. You could look at it through the client journey, through statuses right here, buyer, seller, renter, and making sure they fall into the right bracket. And there's a couple of other ways you could do this too, but I'm going to keep this really simple for you so that you can implement it today. Number 6, smart campaigns. Huge. This is one of the most important aspect. A lot of CRMs have this. They're another word for drip campaigns you probably heard of. Drip campaigns are touch points, messages, communications, and they come in forms of text messages, calls, emails that may go directly to your leads in your database over a set period of time, and they're automated. So it's kind of like a sequence you put together, and they can be for 20 days, they can be for 300 days. kvCORE has something for 720 days. I've had clients that I've been in touch with, and I was able to close a deal 8 months after they've been on my database, and I haven't even spoke to them in that 8 months, except for my system, kvCORE, doing it for me. kvCORE has been talking to them those past 8 months, not me, doing all those alerts for them, connecting with them, sending them, and then obviously my follow-up, like my emails. But again, the system, a lot of the automation doing the work. And of course, those things and pillars were put in place through me. However, the day-to-day work and activities done by kvCORE, and I was able to convert them 8 months later. And that's how powerful kvCORE is. And how you can access this is if you go to kvCORE and go under marketing, you can click on smart campaigns right here, and there's tons of different options available. Highly recommend you take advantage of some of the default campaigns already there, and you can edit them accordingly. Start with those before you start having to create your drips. Every single time I've sat with an agent talking about customizing drips for them, it completely made no sense why people are creating their own drips when some of the drips, and I get it why, and I've done it for people, don't get me wrong, it's very clear why people need it. But there's certain agents, you're not in the right, you've never done it before, or if you're a brand new agent and not running understand the goal of exactly why you need it, then you got to reassess why you need a smart campaign, and why not use something that is actually put together by marketing professionals inside real estate who created kvCORE. And I highly recommend that you look at that. So number 7, lastly, mass emails. And this is just one example of just a follow-up. Take advantage of tools like mass emails. We send out 1 email a week to our database, not including all of the other follow-up and touch point, because remember, we have a monthly follow-up plan that we follow on a daily basis. And I highly recommend, you have different ways to send emails. I have a whole sequence and videos, a series on my YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out, all for free. Highly recommended. That type of emails you can make, campaigns you can make, how to create an email, templates, etc. Check it out. Also, I go even more in depth into in my course, so I highly recommend you check it out, how you create and schedule your emails to the right people. Super powerful. You can schedule 4 emails to go out in the future, and if you want a vacation, come back, and every single person but still being nurtured. And I love that, because your business does not stop when something happens to you, and it continues to build on relationship. And if you go into marketing in kvCORE, if you have access to this, click schedule mass emails. You can go and check out some of the emails you've sent in the past. You can create your own, create templates, and have a full email marketing campaign going through there. Lastly, thank you so much for coming this far, staying with us here. And before I take any questions from you, I just wanted to mention I have a kvCORE lead generation ultimate marketing course that you can get access to. If you join my group, you get access to it for free. And if you're curious about what it's like to join our group, partner with us and get access to this course, go to fridayconnect.net, book a call with me, and I'll happily share with you. And you go to tavaresrajasingam.ca also and check out some of the information about joining our group. Everything that you get access to, the amount of resources myself, Jacob, and Kyle that we provide in our group, and access to tons of free training, including my marketing course. And if you want to purchase it as well or take my marketing masterclass, check that out on my website. Stay connected with me. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, stay connected. I love to hear from you. I will, and if anything helped you, if something that stands out to you, if you're confused about something, leave it in the comment section. I'll love to interact with you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.